Yeah, there's probably a couple of ways to think about the AI and the ecosystem. One is the role of the startups, actually, and the tier 2 providers and the niche specialized vendors that are often overlooked, but they play a ever greater role, especially as AI is such a wide field of opportunities for new vendors to step in and partner with the likes of Accenture or Deloitte or PwC or KPMG or Capgemini, you name it, right? All these vendors we track on a daily basis. Now there's like a new vast ecosystem of startups that they are starting to cripple up, and actually the big vendors are starting to pay attention. How would someone like Accenture bringing startups into the conversation with the buyer, or in the conversation with NVIDIA, for example, with AWS? This is where it becomes very important to have an understanding of your common governance framework, how you manage your relationship with your partners. Buyers are often see those startups as part of a bigger discussion and as an end buyer. So usually someone like Accenture or SI will fold them into the relationship and tie their niche capabilities to a particular professional services line. But within the ecosystem itself, it's important to have the understanding like who plays role how. And the startups have that opportunity to provide niche specialization in technology areas that the large providers may be too expensive and too risky to invest in them, essentially. We've seen those vendors investing, pursuing minority investments, so that's one way for recognition and bringing into market. So one message here is don't ignore the startups because they are providing a great IP. The other piece to think about the role of AI within the ecosystem is how those technologies are also changing the dynamics of the commercial models between each parties from a service delivery perspective and the way they are thinking about outcome-based pricing versus traditional, consumption-based models that the hyperscalers may be accustomed to, or selling hardware servers, if you're talking about someone like Dell or HPE from that perspective. So this is where the nuance becomes relevant about the customer zero, like how much of those vendors use AI for their own operations, and then how they can actually bring to the clients. So that alignment between multiple customer zeros and going to market through a commercial and pricing models that actually reflect that experience in the use cases is where we're going to see some testing the limits of who's really willing to take on some more risk. And one groups of vendors can say, well, we've been doing so much more, you're still doing the old way, let us show you how, and be the kind of the lead in. That's going to be change the conversation from a partnership perspective, but the changing the business model and the go-to-market model, operating model of those companies will also change the conversation of how they partner with each other as well.